Focus Homer Active. Tindelus Interactive. Games Workshop. Powered by Unreal Engine. And welcome to Google Walkthroughs. Let's play a Battlefleet Gothic Armada. I'm the Swine, or playthrough, depending on how the campaign goes. I'm the Swine. And here we are playing Battlefleet Gothic Armada again, except this time we're playing the full release. And maybe you're wondering, wait a second, in the game release on, let me look up the date, because I didn't have it up. I should have. I was too busy messing with the intro, trying to get it to record. So yeah. But yeah. So we're finally here, and the reason why it took me so long to get, to start recording Battlefleet Gothic again is because one, I was busy with other games, two, my mic broke, so I was testing out my new mic, or testing out the first replacement, which was a Logitech, 930 mic, and that didn't work out well, so I had to get me a Reflex X Cloud 2 mic, which works perfectly. So yeah, I've been testing those last couple of days, and I just now got time to do Battlefleet Gothic Armada again. However, I still got a backlist of what else do I gotta do, for the first time. I also gotta do, Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard, and also, Dark Souls 3. As well as do a channel update for the new mic, and an unboxing video of the new mic. I just haven't been feeling well the last couple of days, so I couldn't do the unboxing video. Alright, anyway, so yeah, Battlefleet Gothic Armada came out April 21st, 2016, for the price of $39.99. You got into the beta if you had pre-ordered it, and I believe the pre-order price was also like $35.99 US. And I do have videos of the beta, one of each faction, and one of the campaign. So yeah, I'll talk about the campaign, depending. Alright, by the way, so yeah, before we get going, let's mess around the menus as I typically do. Once we get fine, okay. But this, they've sure just been a little bit since the open beta, or since the beta. One, get new campaigns start the Gothic War instead of just having save and load there. It's just load. Well, I guess until you start the new campaign. Also, what's new and what seems to be pretty awesome is this thing right here. Custom game. That's going Imperial Navy. Oh, they carried over. My account carried over, didn't I? I think I actually did. Just want to test this out real quick. I'll definitely make a video. I'll definitely make a gameplay series of videos of doing some random things. Yes! Alright, this is exactly what you think it is. It's a custom game. It is full skirmish. Now, the normal skirmish is basically just its own little campaign. Custom game is different, as you can see. We're going against Tactics Chaos. Play points, how much we can have? Oh, up to 700? You sure? Clans, convoy, assassination, data recovery, space station assault, breakthrough, military assault, cruiser class, sure. Okay, I want to be the assaulter, play 1v1, no. Sure. Click. Okay, that's weird, it's not showing up again. Oh. Cruiser class. Cruiser clash. In Cruiser Clash, joint goal is to destroy or rout the enemy fleet. We can do that. That's what I wanted. Attack. Implies destroying using specific actions on targets. On specific targets or 1v1. Yes. Continue. We'll look at this real quick. Now, what ships did they add in between this and the beta? Oh, yes, they added everything. Oh, wow, that's scary over. This is my previous account, okay. But we can look at the battleships, okay, back. You should unlock them in solo skirmish before you can use them in custom games, interesting. Alright, by the way, let's, before we look at that, let's look and see if, subtitles are on. They're indeed on. Alright, so let's go. Normal. Oh, he's king, correct?
For 10,000 years, the Imperium of Man has endured under the rule of the immortal Emperor.
Indeed.
The worlds of man are scattered across the galaxy, threatened by savage aliens.
Yes, what are they?
Heretics who defy the Emperor's will, and horrors lurking upon forgotten worlds. It is a time of endless war, selfless heroism, and blackest infamy.
Yes, how terrible. Well, they're first to a point.
Fortresses in the stars. A circle of 6, but they sleep yet and must be awakened. Ride upon the storms of chaos. Gather your rivals around you. Send discord and terror throughout 1,000 worlds. Abaddon the Despoiler, War Master of Chaos. You speak in meaningless riddles. What are the fortresses in the stars? Answer me or die now! Stop this foolishness. I have consorted with creatures far more powerful than you. Speak, crone, but I will remember your insolence. Seek the hand of darkness. Take the eye of night. With these, the citadels will be yours to command.
Oh.
A chorus of 1 billion throats will cry your name in fear and hatred. The stars themselves will run red with blood.
That's not good.
If you have the courage for it. War Master.
Prologue, Omens of the Darkness. 139M41.
Captain Spire, Data Log Alpha. Battlefleet Command has lost contact with Orbital Station Aleph in the Naxos system. I'm on my way to investigate.
Sir, we're approaching the location of Orbital Station Aleph.
Captain, the station is surrounded by an asteroid field. I have calculated the best approach for us to pass through it safely.
Alright.
At your command.
Oh. I was hiding my mouse so you didn't see it.
Course
Alright.
plotted.
Ah, sure, yeah, go that way. I was gonna move the camera around, which is... Oh, you can't
Yes,
move the camera around.
Admiral.
I'm talking about... Oh, playing. Maybe we can move the camera around. But yeah, welcome to Battlefleet Gothic. Now, I did go over... I did go over Warhammer. Oh, yeah, that's bad. I did go over Warhammer in the beta. I might go over it in a little bit like, Warhammer 40k takes place in the 41st millennium, as you can tell. I mean, they did a great job summing up. So, yeah.
Underway.
There. But... Alright, I'll go over here.
Helm coordinates acknowledged.
But yeah, I mean, it takes place in the far
There's an
future.
active minefield directly ahead, Captain. We must maneuver quickly, or it is likely the ship will be damaged.
Yeah.
All available power to the plasma thrusters. We're going to execute a high-energy turn.
I'm going my own way. And then left click. Right.
Resuming normal functions.
Don't run into it still. That was close.
Understood.
High energy turn successful, Captain. The thrusters are already recharging.
Helm, resume our course to the orbital station.
Orders received.
Yeah. Basically, like, humanity has conquered the stars 20,000 years, no, not even 20,000 years ago, it was more like 40,000 years ago. But it was running into issues, like 20,000 years, 10,000...
Captain, our auger arrays indicate that the orbital station is heavily damaged. I suggest we move in closer to discover what happened here.
Alright. Give me one.
Engines hot.
Captain, We can reach the station faster by pushing the engine status to all ahead full.
Alright. Basically how they move faster than light is they jump into the warp. And what happened about 30,000 years ago is, I'm not quite sure because they didn't really explain when this happens in 40K when
Cruising speed set.
when the warp storms occurred, so humanity, got severed because humanity already conquered most of the galaxy already, but then they got severed from each other. So then, like, 10,000 years ago in the year, 20,000 years after, 10,000 years after that, in the year 30,000, a guy came called the Emperor of Mankind. That's what he goes by. Basically, he came and he conquered Earth, which Earth became tribal at that point. Conquered Earth and wanted to unite humanity over again. Now, the Emperor of Mankind is special. Not only does he live a long time, but he's also really tall, really powerful, and was actually made by a bunch of shamans getting together and basically combining themselves in order to make one awesome guy. And the Emperor's been on Earth forever, basically.
Changing course.
But he just appeared after the Cataclysm. Basically after that, then he conquered the stars, and after that, well, it's a long story.
Seems like the station has been attacked recently. The enemy may still be lurking around.
You're right.
Sir, I recommend dispatching some of the ship's armsmen to board Orbital Station Aleph and report on what they find.
Alright.
Boarding parties underway, Captain.
We're seeing several weapon impacts and signs of explosions on the bulkheads. We've found the command center, sir. This place is a mess. It's full of bodies. The station's command crew. They're all dead.
Act cautiously, Sergeant. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Sir, we found a survivor. Sir, the station is a trap. We're under attack by traitor forces.
Alright. Oh no.
Captain, a defense platform on the station has activated and is targeting our vessel.
Uh-oh.
Broadside macro cannons ready to fire on your order, sir.
I'll do it. Now, like I was saying, I was getting to that part game. Yeah, basically, after the Emperor of Mankind, reunite humanity, these guys, basically what the Emperor did is he made clones of himself, more or less, just lesser clones.
Target destroyed, Captain. We blew it to pieces.
Girl.
Sir, I'm picking up some strange signals in the nearby gas cloud. Sir,
Oh.
the signals. They're iconoclast destroyers.
Yeah, I see him.
Chaos ships. This sector is a long way from the Eye of Terror. What could they be after here?
Whatever their reasons, Captain, these heretics must be destroyed at once.
Indeed, I agree with you.
Captain,
Come, sir.
consulting the ship's cogitators and machine spirit can help guide you in making tactical decisions in battle.
Activating tactical cogitators.
I don't really use this because I don't like slowing down time or pausing time in a real-time strategy game.
Master Gunner, we need to direct additional power to the targeting cogitators to increase our weaponry's accuracy.
Lock
Right.
on target.
Like I was saying, yeah, basically created a list of parts and stuff, called them the Patriarchs. However, the Chaos people, which are bad people, which live in a warp, which is what they use to travel through space, or travel long distances quickly. Basically, they spread out the Primarchs. However, the Emperor of Mankind still had their DNA, so he made Space Marines, which you may have heard of. They are heavily augmented humans with a bunch of different stuff. They're much well, they're as tall as like NBA. They're as tall as basketball players, like 7 foot tall. But they're also much wider than them. So and they're super soldiers. The Emperor created power armor. He didn't create power armor. He did, modify it for Space Marine use, and then basically after that, in the year 30,000, this guy named Taurus, which was one of his patriarchs, he was corrupted by Chaos, rebelled,
Well done, crew.
Yeah.
Captain, the auger arrays are reporting more enemy signals.
Oh, great.
Many more.
A gigantic chaos fleet. There's no way we could survive fighting them head-on. Contact the High Command immediately.
Unable to do so, Captain. All communications are jammed. Captain, there may be a way for us to escape and warn Port Moore. We could risk an emergency warp jump.
Alright.
It's risky to engage the warp engines this close to the star's gravitational field. But the Chaos Fleet has us boxed in. Sir, we don't have any other options.
Yep. Let's get out of here.
The navigator will guide us out.
Lovely.
Oh, eternal God Emperor. Preserve us from the dangers of the void.
Yeah, this Horus decided to rebel, and then he was corrupted by Chaos. He went to go live in the Ayaterra, which is the bad place, and basically he just corrupted a bunch of different Space Marine legions, and, well, the Chaos. Victorious, yes! We win, I guess. Which are these guys. I'll get to what the different characters are that we're talking in a second. What they are in a second. Alright, there we go, good. Chance to speak. Alright, so, yeah, basically he split from the Emperor, and then he actually almost killed the Emperor, making the Emperor go to what's called the Golden Throne, which is a big contraption that's meant to make him live even longer, and basically keep him alive, which is what he is now, which is where he is now, and basically after that, people started calling him the God Emperor, started worshipping him, because he was so awesome. When he was alive, he didn't like that. He actually tried to wipe out religion, but he kind of failed. And actually, one of the patriarchs said, "Oh, let's worship because you're so awesome." But then the Emperor was like, "No, no worshiping me. I'm not that awesome. I'm not completely awesome. I'm not where they worship." So, but then after that, people started worshiping him, and yeah. Now we are 10,000 years later, where technology's not getting developed all that much. It's still getting developed, but slowly and barely. And these people from Mars, called the Adeptus Mechanicus, which is what the Tech Priest is from. Tech Priest is I guess you can consider a cyborg, but not all Tech Priests are cyborgs, just most of them. Basically, they're there to maintain equipment and perform the various rituals that they must perform to make the equipment happy. Their machine spirit, which is both an actual AI that's in the machine, or at least some form of AI. That's also and is also, a belief that they have. And the Adeptus Mechanicus are from Mars. Basically, Mars was transformed into a manufacturing thing. The Adeptus Mechanicus, and that was one of the first allies that the Emperor made back in the year 30,000. So yeah, back in the year like 20,000, 25,000, something like that. So yeah. And here we are, and by the way, all these ships that you see, the smallest one is like 500 meters long, and those are destroyers. The one you saw right there was more along the lines of 1,200 meters long. So yeah, they're big. They're very big. Very big ships. Which is something that makes sense, because the Earth is in 40,000 and you own most of the galaxy. Now the other parts of the galaxy are owned by space orcs, space elves, and Tau, which aren't space anything, they're just Tau. So yeah. Alright, anyway, let's continue. But yeah, Commissar is what you think a Commissar would be. Basically an officer that's meant to keep order. Port Maw, capital of the Gothic sector, headquarters of the Battlefleet Gothic, or of Battlefleet Gothic. And by the way, this is based on a board game called Battlefleet Gothic, which got debunked in 2012 when Games Workshop, the makers of 40K, decided to just let it go.
If what you say is true, Captain Spire, a vast Chaos fleet is massing for attack.
Yes.
Inquisitor Horst, are you sure of this man?
Maybe we should consider someone else.
Isn't this captain from a planet that rebelled against the Emperor's will?
Enough! His faith will be tested thoroughly.
I love this Space Marine, by the way. Downright
The
secretary.
Emperor, for he is the salvation of mankind. Obey his words, for he will lead you into the light of the future.
Honor his servants, for they speak his voice. Tremble before his majesty, for we all walk in his immortal shadow.
Let us begin.
By the way, the funny thing is, a server skull is actually made from a real person. And it's quite an honor in this universe to be named to a server.
We needed to be certain. The enemy we face is no ordinary foe.
Yep.
I understand.
You are to be promoted to the rank of Admiral and given command of a fleet.
I will not fail you, Inquisitor.
There is much to do and little time, Admiral Spire. I fear a storm coming to the Gothic sector. One we are not yet prepared to face.
We shall see about that.
The Gothic sector is beginning to turn away from the Emperor's light.
Oh.
Treachery, sedition, and heresy have broken out like a plague upon our worlds.
Can't have that.
Admiral Spire, your new rank entitles you to command a small war fleet of Imperial Navy ships. It is your task to ensure the citizens of the Imperium remain safe and loyal.
Alright. Yes, and the Humanity faction is the Imperium Man. Now they have a ton of small, a ton of sub factions where, you know, in this game it's basically based around the Imperial Navy. There's also the Imperial Guard, which are the average forces, which are the emphasis of dude spam, emphasis of tank spam, emphasis of artillery spam. Basically they're normal guys and gals with laser guns, fighting orcs and Eldar with good armor and stuff like that. Whereas their Space Marines, as you saw in the cutscene, the guy in the gold, also the bigger guy, which have power armor and bolters, which are basically automatic grenade launchers, or just really big really big guns with little rockets, depending on what you want to look at it. So yeah, I mean, there's also the Mechanicus, which are the engineers and mechanics of the Imperium. And there's also the Adeptus Sororitas, which are like Space Marines, but they're women. So yeah. Anyway, seditions. Imperial soldiers gone rogue will try to take systems from you. These traitors are not part of any threat, but law systems will give you penalties depending on the system's type. No, nevertheless, yes. And the Imperium, it's basically an empire. Well, it is an empire. And basically, you know, worlds have to give tithes, they have governors that control it near completely and stuff like that. Tithes could be anything from soldiers to put into the Imperial Guard to technology to food to anything. Each year in some worlds may become seditious. Alright. Yes, can we save? Yes, we can save immediately. That's nice. No, don't save it on the save. That's bad. Save. Oh. New save, please. Save name. Campaign. No, up there. Campaign. Checkpoint. Bam. That's going to be a normal save. And I'm going to save at the end of the beginning of episodes. Alright, so, and then you got, yeah, I mean, they, you know, the leaders of the Imperium, which are kind of a democracy, they use a council, But basically, it's not a democracy. They tried, but they failed. And basically, there are the Inquisition, which try to keep order and try to keep the Xenos out, anything that's bad out, or anything chaos, any mutants, anything like that out of the Imperium. And those are heavy-handed guard of the leaders of the Imperium, but they don't enter to anyone but them, but to their own leaders. So yeah. Also, what else did we see? We saw, oh yes, the Navigator, which is interesting. Navigators are mutants. Basically, they have a third eye which they can see the warp from, and they can see what is known as, the big beam of light that comes from Earth, and now known as Terra. That thing, which basically is caused by I think like 10,000 psychers getting thrown into it a day. And psychers, by the way, is anyone that can feel the warp. They're known as like variants in combat, mostly in the Space Marines. And yeah, the Navigators are special because they can see, they can see the warp and able to navigate ships through it. So yeah. Alright, but that'd be it for this video, actually, as we're about to be out of time, and I think that's a good stopping point. Alright, so, yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate you watching this episode. It means a lot to me. I'm feeling this is not a laid-out playthrough type game. This is not a laid-out story, so I'm thinking it's going to be a let's play. Alright, so, yep, that'd be it for this video. That'd be it. This episode. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate you watching this episode. It means a lot to me. Well, me not to leave comments or suggestions for this series. Like what you next in episode I'll play. Battlefleet Gothic, Armada, and all those news comments for people that you tip. And I guess actually before we I'm just gonna save it before we leave, and that opens in the menu. Yes, it does. Alright, so yep, that'll be it for this video. That'll be it for this episode, and I guess see you in the skin.